Only 3 more step-by-steps left to go. We're gonna start with using the find and replace commands for the next step-by-step. And there's a lot of information on pages 38 and 39. So you should have your book open right now, so while you're looking at it, it's explaining the dialog boxes, because there's a find dialog box and find tab in the find and replace dialog box on page 38, and then there's a replace tab also. So you can just look for things, or you can look for something and replace it with something. And this is really valuable if you have a very large document where, let's say, you know that you called something by the wrong name. And we're actually going to use that in this document. But I've used it on a multiple page document before, or something where I have the dates but I don't have them to update automatically, so I can search for the date and replace the date if I'm not sure how many times I may have typed the date. Numerous, limitless uses for this. So we have the find command, and then look at the table on page 39. There is several options, different operations, and then what that operation does. So make sure you're familiar with those. On the top of page 40, it talks about the replace command, and that does everything the find does, except it will actually replace what you're searching for. So step number 1, we want to make sure we're at the beginning of the document. How do we do that? We don't have a beginning key, but we have a home key, so you control home. Notice I'm right here because it's showing the picture as part of our document. And then it wants you to scroll down until you can see the last line in the document, which is exercise world, right? Okay, so on this tab, in this group, we're going to click this button, and we get the dialog box. Remember, a dialog box is an additional window that opens up on top of your application. See, it says find and replace, and we're on the find tab. And I'm going to type the word exercise. Now, this is where it's real critical, uppercase, lowercase, spelling, punctuation, so forth, because it'll only look for what you type in this box. Now we're just looking for something, so this will actually, if we choose this button and this option, notice it highlights all the words for us, that the occurrences of that word, which is 3 times according to this. Okay, if I click find next, according to step 4, I'm just following along. I'm sorry, 5. Notice it goes to the first occurrence. Then I say find next. It goes to the second occurrence, and I say find next. And it went to the third occurrence. Okay? So if I click replace, did you catch it? I made a mistake. So going back up, step 5, we're going to start that over. What did I do? I didn't turn off my highlighting as it said. Step number 5, it said click the reading highlight and highlight all, which then gave us, it highlighted all 3 of our occurrences, right? But then I was supposed to go back in and clear the highlighting. So make sure you do that. Step 5. All right, now, then I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to find next. It finds the first occurrence. Find next. finds the second occurrence. Click it again, and it finds the third. Okay, now step 5 just wants you to be on this one, but I wanted to show you that you can actually go through the document. Okay, now on step 6, we're going to click the Replace tab. And in the Replace With box, I'm going to type active. Then I'm going to click Replace. Which makes sure that it's your first occurrence that is selected. Now, I want to point out something. Word is so smart. Computers can be really smart if you let them, and if they're programmed right. Here I have a little a, but you notice down here, it capitalized it because our original word, exercise, the first letter was capitalized. Pretty cool, huh? And now, so we did the first one. Now if we click Replace All, you want to be really careful using this, because if you're just looking for, say, a letter or a couple letters or a number, you click this button and it's going to change them all, whether it's an entire word or part of a word. So we're going to click this, and it made 2 more replacements, because if you remember, we had 3 occurrences and we replaced the first one ourselves, and then we told it to replace all. So now if we go back up, move this out of the way, you'll see that this one was changed, this one was changed, and this one was changed. We're going to click, we clicked OK to close the dialog box that told us it made 2 more replacements. And in the Find, we're going to look for As, and in the replacement, we're going to select the word active and press the delete key. So what do you think this is going to do? This is going to look for the word as, and if we tell it to replace it, what's it going to replace it with? Nothing. So I'm going to say replace all. And it's going to say it made 6 replacements. Okay. And I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to move this out of the way, and I want to show you something. We lost the as here, but also look right here. This said classes. It took the AS out of there. This said pleased. It took the AS out of there. So you got to be careful when you use this replace all button, because it removed every occurrence of the letters A and S. Not just the word as, but every occurrence of those 2 letters together. Okay, we lost it here. Also, because it was please contact me, right? And there's a has somewhere where there's just an right there. Our club H to offer. Yeah, it's supposed to say has to offer. Okay, so we want to click anywhere in the document so nothing's selected. And notice if I, up here on my undo, if I click this, it's going to undo the replace all, so that you don't have to click it 6 times. You only have to click it once, because that's one action, the find and replace. So I'm going to click this, and then we get all our what happened when we replaced it with as, we're all put back together, and it restored our document. So I'm going to click close here. I'm going to save our changes and call someone over to check your work.